G'day guys, welcome back. Playing again in my studio today. I've just had a workshop this morning and I was feeling really left out. Everyone else did these beautiful, beautiful pours. Oh my gosh. Actually, I might show you. I've never done this before. Hope the girls don't mind. So let's show you real quick the ones that I can reach. Oh, here's the first one. Look at that. Amazing. Put that back. Where's another one? Under here. Look at that. Gorgeous, gorgeous. And Gemma did this one. And I really like the colours. Hi Gemma, I said I was going to do one for you. I've never actually used this navy, so I'm going to use those colours, well similar. Because I loved the colour choices that Gemma made. There's a couple more. Hang on, just wait with me. Bear with me. Bear with me. Here we go. Here's another one. Look at that. Everyone did such an amazing job today. So impressed with the ladies. And where's another flip cup? Flip cup, flip cup. Oh, around the other side of the table. Hang on, bear with me, guys. I'm going to show them all now. I can't just show you a few, can I? Can't have favourites. Look at that. Love the blues and greens. All right, two more. Hang on, hang in there. Oh, here we go. This one and the next one were colours to match my Caribbean sunset. Look at that. Amazing, amazing job that she did. All right, one more. I'm just going to be really careful with these. Lucky last. So this one was just, the two ladies used the same colours, but they put them in different orders, so they got different results. Aren't they just gorgeous? I'm so proud of everybody. Okay, there we go. Shown you. I've never shown the ladies' works. So they did a swipe first and then they did a flip cup, but I won't show you everything. It just takes too long. So those are the colours, like Gemma's, as I said. It's this blue here. It's called Harbour Night. Now you can't buy that anymore. I actually think I might try and match it and make one of my own. I'm all out of breath now running around the studio picking up canvases. I'm just going to start layering. No, I won't. Treadmill oil. Spot on. Right, 3 drops in each. I actually think I've pretty much got all opaque colours here today, except maybe the turquoise. I think they're all going to be opaque, so I'm not sure how that's going to work. I mean, it's the oil that makes the cells, really, but the difference in the opacity does help, makes a difference. So if you've got some opaques and some semi-opaques and some transparents, it does help with the cell creation. Because the heavier colours want to sink, the lighter colours pop up and surround your cells and make those beautiful rings. But that's an opaque, opaque, opaque. The turquoise, what's the turquoise? It's opaque. Yeah, they're all opaque colours today, guys. So let's see what happens, hey? So oil's in, I'm going to start layering. So I'm using my normal glue and water mix, but I've added a little bit of Liquitex Pouring Medium. Oh, just to see what happens. I don't know, I've never tried it before. So we'll just see if it makes any difference, whether it's better, whether it's worse, whether you can't even tell. Don't know. So it's my 70% glue, 30% water that I normally do. And I had some mixed up in a bottle already and I just added a good splash of that. So I don't know how much it was really, just a splash. It's probably about a 1/5. Not a 1/5, 5%. Very little, just a splash. See, that's expensive, so I don't want to add a lot. I mean, if it works, great, but I'm still not going to be putting a lot of it in. So these gorgeous colours. I did the same as Gemma, except the blue there, I changed it. She had a paler turquoise. It did get a little bit lost, so I've just gone one shade up and made it slightly darker. Because these two colours next to each other, sometimes you don't see the definition of the cells. So you don't want them too close together in colour. So I've mixed my paints, 1 part paint, 1 part pouring medium. The Liquitex pouring medium is a little bit thicker than water, obviously, so I did have to add another little splash of water. Got a little bit of paint left over, I don't know why. I might have to do a couple of layers, or one more layer in a couple of cups. So I've got 600 grams of mixed paint today. Normally I use 500, but I'm going with 600 today. That's what the ladies did this morning in the class. I thought it'd be nice just if they had a little bit of a buffer, just that extra 100 grams, since they were all pretty much beginners. When you're a beginner, sometimes you just need that extra little bit of paint. You know, if you don't flip your cups over properly and you lose a bit off the side, or if you're dragging, once you've flipped over and you drag, you know, if you don't drag quite correctly, you might lose a bit of paint. So yeah, just got that little extra 100 ml buffer. I might just put that one there and that one there. I don't actually have enough paint to do all three. The layers must have been a little bit on the small side today. But yeah, had a lovely day. Lovely ladies. Okay, that's that one done. Don't know if I want to add any more green. I think I'll give the green a miss. A bit more of that in each, and then I'll just put some pink on the top of that one, just in the middle. It can have a little bit more pink. So I tried to buy some more of the Deco Art Supreme Sheen. We're pretty much sold out in Australia. Now, if you get online and you do a search, all my usual places have sold out. I did manage to get a few on Amazon, but with postage they cost me $10 a bottle. So $10 for 2 ounces, it's quite a lot. If anyone over in the States wants to send me some, I won't say no. You guys have got so much over there and it's so cheap. Wish we had more here. But anyway, I tried to get some more. I've got a few little bottles from Amazon, as I said, $10 a bottle. So they'll arrive in a couple of weeks. But oh, I did go to one website and I put all this paint in my cart and I went through PayPal and I paid for it, and then the next day, this is from the States, next day I got an email saying some of your items are not in stock. So anyway, I went down to the bottom of the email and every single colour that I put in my cart was out of stock. So zero, they had zero. I bought 40 bottles, none of them in stock. So they said, oh, it'll be 3 weeks before the stock arrives and then it'll be another 2 weeks postage. And I said, oh, I'll just cancel the order. But you know, they're so much cheaper over in the States, like $2 each. So that was depressing. All right, aqua green, rose pink, harbour night, coastal turquoise, and white. I used a little bit less white because it's so thick. So just less white to pouring medium ratio. Righto. I'm keen to see what this Liquitex pouring medium is going to do, if anything. Hope it's not worse. If anything, hopefully better. I haven't done a flip and drag for a while, have I? did. The birthday pours. My birthday pours were flip and drags. Right, here we go. So that one's got the more pink and green in it. And then the two on the outside have got the more blue on them, which makes sense. I'm just covering up those little corners. I'm going to tilt over them anyway, but just for safety. When I do my classes, I get the ladies to just pour over the corners with the leftovers. Just in case you can't get to that very last corner, then, you know, you just leave it. There's a worm. Whoop. Okay, so as always, I'm going to tilt and cover one side first. This is the biggest section here to cover. Whoop. So I'm going to turn around, I'm going to cover that half of the canvas first. I like to cover half first, just so that I don't overstretch my cells. If I had to torch now and then stretch them, I'm stretching all that way and then all this way, they just get all out of shape. So I have learnt to cover half the canvas first, and I like to do it this way, zigzag up and down. I don't want to go straight down because all this would go over before I covered that. So push it that way, cover that first before you you lose too much over the side there. I mean, yes, it is going over, but I'm still getting that way as well. And I'm going to go over to that corner. I'll just do that because I can't get right over it. I don't like that. You know me, I like my straight lines. Oh, there's pink under there, look at that. When I torch, I should get that pink up. Right, now that that side's covered, what you do is you turn it around. Now, where's all the weight of the paint at the moment? Hands up. Here. Are we going to torch yet with all the weight of the paint there? No. We're going to move the weight of the paint back again. Otherwise, what's going to happen with your cells if you start torching and they're all up here? They're all going to get stretched. So get the paint back to the center, then torch it. Then you only have to move them that far. They're not going to stretch as much. Righto, here we go. And again, very careful with your torching. Don't over torch. Less is more. And I'm keen to see what reaction the Liquitex Pouring Medium is going to have. There's only a little bit in there, so maybe, you know, it's not going to make much of a difference. It's just literally a splash. So I don't know whether there's enough in the mix to actually make a difference. Don't know. I got too close there. With all these colours being opaque, it can be a little bit difficult for the cells to pop through heavy colours. If all your colours are opaque, you just have to be careful that they're not too thick, your consistency is not too thick, because they're such a heavy, highly pigmented colour and they're dense, it can be difficult for the cells to pop through. See this green here, I'm not getting much through there, it's taking a long time, and this pink here. Sometimes you can stretch the paint and then torch afterwards. Same with this white here, it's a bit thick, so nothing's happening there. So I will come back to those areas and torch again. Well, this doesn't look anything like Gemma's. You can never recreate, can you? They're always different. My mix is probably a little bit thicker than what hers was, because I do tend to pour with slightly thicker paints. For the newbies, the beginners, I tend to err on the side of caution and make the paints a little bit thinner, just so that they flow easily. That's really pretty. Like those colours. quick little torch. Just here where I didn't get some cells up before. In that corner just there. Now I would like to make my cells a little bit bigger. Now this, as I said, my mix is probably a little bit thicker. And also because I put the pouring medium in, and the pouring medium is thicker than water. So I don't like that corner, but I really don't think I can take all of this down there to get to that. We'll see. Let's see. I don't mind stretching them cells out a little bit, so I'll take that corner off. There it goes. Woohoo! Goodbye, corner. And I don't like how that white comes across. I'd rather it go straight down. So I'm just going to bring the weight of the paint back to the middle again, and then I'm going to just take that line off. There we go. Keep that little green cell there. That's better. See how it goes straight off now? Before it cut across, and I didn't like that. So the extra 100 grams of mixed paint that I made up, so 600 instead of my usual 500, it just allows you to be a little bit more, not sparing, the opposite to sparing. You can use a little bit more paint. No, you don't have to be so careful because you've got plenty there. I haven't got a lot of this dark blue showing up. I would have liked more of that. Just want to torch down here. I'd like some more of that dark blue. It's kind of got lost. There's a few little pink cells popping up in there. Just taking some of this pink off the side down here where my thumb's wiggling. And back again. And again, that just opens up some of my cells, makes them a little bit bigger. So that big blobby thing that I had at the beginning, it's kind of disguised now. I can't really see it very well. I'm just trying to have a look and see if this pouring medium's made any difference. I don't know. It's hard to know. It just looks like one of my usual pours, so I don't know. It's not any worse, that's for sure. It flowed nicely. I did put a little bit of my flow aid in it, you know, the Liquitex flow aid that I use, just to help the binders. Alright, I'll take you down for a close-up. Seems to look good. Look at these little turquoise ones in here with the dark blue around them. Wish I had more of that dark blue. But yeah, it doesn't really look, it doesn't look like Gemma's at all. Here we go, here's Gemma's. It's much darker and moodier than mine. Here we go. Yours is better, Gemma. Like yours better. My green took over. I've got a lot of green in mine. I'm just washing my hands. Yeah, alright, take you down for a close-up. And I think that's because my mix was a little bit thicker than Gemma's, so my colours have stayed more separate. Hers probably blended a little bit more because, as I said, a slightly thinner mix. Just to err on the side of caution with the beginners. Alright, let's take you down. Let's turn my light off. There we go. Oh, there's a corner I haven't done. Better go and do that. Okay. Let's have a little look-see. So I've got some turquoise cells down there on the left. Look, they've got the pink rings around them. Get out of the light, woman. I'm making shadows. I'm going to come around here. Okay, so down here, got some pretty pink cells. Got a few little blobby bits and a couple of caterpillars. I don't usually get blobby bits or caterpillars. So there's a few multi-cells. Look at that. There's one there. There's one there. There's that greeny pinky one there. There's a caterpillar. I don't usually get cells like that. Maybe that's the pouring medium that's doing that. There's like a double green one there. So there's a bit of a blobby one there. Now have a look. Where is it? See these little ones in here? See how they're all kind of, there's no rings around them, they're just colours in colours, a bit blurry. That's basically because I don't have any transparents, or, you know, they're just all opaque, so you don't get the definition of the cells as much. So that's better. So, I don't know. The blobs, the blobby things, yeah, I don't usually get them, so I know GAC does that, GAC 800, GAC 800. Yeah, I don't normally get cells like that. Oh, you can't really see in here. See that? That's one of the ladies from today. There's no blobby cells. I can see. I think I like my mix better. I should just stick with what works, hey? I just thought I'd try it. But I don't see, right off the bat, I don't see any benefit. I think it's probably not as good with those extra blobby cells in there. Alright, I'll leave it at that. Thanks for watching. If there's any colour combinations you want me to try, let me know. More than happy to give them a go. Alright, thanks for watching. I'll see you for the next one. Bye for now.